Hello. How's it going, everybody? My name is Ryan, aka Blackbeard TCG. Hopefully, you guys are all having an amazing day, and if not, hopefully, I can make it a little bit better. Now, in today's video, I'm sharing with you guys my red and purple Trafalgar Law list. I want you guys to try it out. Let me know what you guys think. I think that he is a pretty fun deck. Do I think that he is more fun than red and purple Luffy? Nah, I still think red and purple Luffy is a little bit more fun, but Trafalgar Law, I think, has a ton of potential. This is my first list, as we've done with Luffy. As we see more versions of Law pop up on the scene over in Asia, we'll make videos about it. We'll see what our list differs from their list, see what we can learn, what we can pick up. But I'm just going to show you guys my version 1 I was gonna say my version 1 version, my first version, there we go, of red purple Trafalgar Law. Let me know if your guys' lists are similar. Let me know if you guys are running some other things. But without further ado, let's go over all the cards, and then we'll talk about the ratios and all of those things. And then yeah, we'll talk about the game plan, all of that stuff. So we have 4 Otama, 4 OPO1 Brook, 4 Vista, 4 Ace from OPO2, 1 Marco, as well as the 1 Radical Beam. Again, we're just going off of the English restricted list and ban list. Of course, I believe that Marco will go back to 4 upon the release of OPO 4. And so if that's the case, then we will be upping this Marco up to 4 copies. But as of right now, we can only run 1, so we'll run the 1 Marco. 4 Gordon, 4 Beppo, promo Beppo. This is from the film promo during set 1, I believe it was. 4 3-cost Beppo from OPO 5. 4 5-cost kid, so not the 7-cost kid that a lot of people have been abusing, myself included, but the 5-cost kid, purple, the new one in OPO 5. Gonna be running 4 copies of Sachi and Penguin, 4 copies of Blocker Law, 4 cost, as well as 4 copies of Starter Deck Beppo. So we're running a bunch of Beppo, which goes perfectly with Law. And then we're also running, I hate cards that have long names like this. We're just running the Searcher. I'm just going to call it the Searcher. It lets you search for any Straw Hat Crew, Kid Pirate, or Heart Pirates, which basically means the entire deck. Well, okay, minus some of the Whitebeard stuff. But everything else, we got Brook here, Vista, sorry, not Vista, Brook, Beppo, Kid, Sachi Penguin, Law, Beppo, and then also this Beppo as well. We just can't search for Gordon, Marco, Ace, and Vista, as well as Otama. Okay, so in terms of the ratios, we talked about these 2 cards. Gordon, I feel like, I know it doesn't have a counter, but the thing is, Gordon is so key to your game plan with Law that I feel like you have to run 4 copies, right? Because you play Gordon, you minus 3,000. So right off the bat, anything that's 6k power or less, it is getting red rocked, or it's getting 3,000 worlds, right? Like it's so powerful being able to do that. In addition, if you combo Gordon with Brook, right? That's minus 5,000 in 1 turn, right? Which is very, very feasible. You will find this happening more often than not, right? You get a swing off with Brook, you minus 2,000. Then on top of that, you play a Gordon from your hand, activate Gordon's ability. Now all of a sudden, that's minus 5,000 power. So anything that is, because I believe it has to be 3,000 power or less, yeah. So anything that is 8k or below is gone, just like that, with your leader ability, and then you can develop another body on board as well, right? So, of course, the big threats to this deck are those units that are 9k plus, but of course, you have blockers, you have the ability to flood the board, and you really want to be aggressive with your swings. You want to be really aggressive with your opponent early on with a bunch of bodies that you don't really have to attach Dawn to swing with. So whether it's Beppo, whether it's your Sachi, heck, you can even swing with your blocker Trafalgar Law. I do it all the time. Your 4-cost Beppo, these are all attackers, okay? Like, you are going to be using them to attack, use them very heavily on offense in addition to Brook. You really want to poke with these, and that way, because remember, you're going to be sending Dawn back for your leader ability, so you're not always going to have all the Dawn you need to pump up. Now, with that being said, we also have another attacker with our Porcosti Ace. So I like 4 copies of this. I don't know how much I'm going to keep this. Now, of course, with Ace, you don't have Rush, right? But you're not playing it for Rush. You're playing it because it is basically a Gordon. And he's a 7k body. So he's going to be one of your attackers, but he's also going to allow you to then enable your Leader Law ability to start getting rid of stuff. Again, you combo Ace, you combo Gordon. Now that all of a sudden that's 6,000, right? So if they're 9,000, you can bring them down, and then at that point you're good to go, right? But that costs 8 Dawn, right? So again, it's still 9,000 and above are difficult, but you can handle up to 9,000 with the Ace and a Gordon combo. But outside of that, Ace is going to be your attacker after his reduction. Again, remember you cannot use Rush because Law is not a Whitebeard pirate. Beppo is a searchable 2k counter. Beppo is going to be searchable off of the purple searcher card because it's Heart Pirates. But also, again, if you need to, it could be used to lower 3,000 power of your opponent as well when attacking. But again, it's a 2k counter. Of course, we have Otama. Again, 2k counter, it's a debuffer, minus 2,000. You guys are getting the you guys see what I'm putting down, right? That's the game plan. That's the whole idea behind Law. You want to debuff your opponent, spin cards to the bottom of their deck, and then develop a body yourself. So you're necking one of their characters on board and then developing your own body on board and hopefully being able to win the war of attrition that way, right? Now, in terms of 5-cost Captain Kid, this card feels absolutely amazing to play because it's a blocker, which is really good. Definitely in this type of deck, we definitely want to have blockers. But its ability is fantastic. So once per turn, when a Dawn from your field is returned to your Dawn deck, you can add 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck as active. So you could just have this Captain Kid sitting on board, just have it sitting and just continue to use this effect. Obviously, it could be a Jet Pistol target, it could be a Red Rock target, or not even just Red Rock, it could be Thousand Worlds target because it's 5 cost, right? There's a lot of things to get this off the board, but having this on the board as a threat in order for your opponent to use those cards against it is always nice, and the more times that you can get this ability off, the better. Trust me, it just feels so damn good. Then of course we have the 4-cost Beppo. Again, on play as also when attacking, when you have less Dawn than your opponent, you can add 1 Dawn to your Dawn area, and that's what makes your Trafalgar Law ability not feel as bad, because if you spin a card from your opponent's field to the bottom of the deck and then you develop a Beppo, because you can play a character with a cost of 4 or less, then it also feels really good because you're only really using 2 Dawn for potential Red Rock play, or not even Red Rock. Again, I say Red Rock because it can go up to 9,000, right? But for potential Red Rock play, not exactly Red Rock, more so 3,000 Worlds, right? It feels really good to be able to develop that Beppo. Even Sachi, right? Sachi and Penguin, again, these are 2k counters, but these cards are going to allow you to have a little bit more ramp depending on the game state. So again, this is a type of deck where your 2k counters are obviously 2k counters, but you can also use them in combat if needed, right? If you absolutely have to. So that's the idea behind the deck. You want to debuff stuff. You want to spin a card back from your opponent's board to the bottom of their deck using your leader ability, and then develop a 5-cost body on board, and then just start swinging into your opponent with those bodies that you developed. They're going to have to deal with the bodies on your board while you keep pressuring them and hopefully continuing to develop bodies. So they won't really be able to target your life because they're going to have to deal with the characters on board, or else the characters on board are going to keep chipping cards out of their hand. So that's the game plan behind it. Obviously, you have this Beppo as well. Once again, another debuffer. So when attacking, if you have less Dawn than your opponent, minus 2,000. So you guys get the whole idea of the deck. This build feels really good. I like it. Of course, there's other cards that you can put in as well. But I'm curious, what do you guys think about my list? This is my version 1, open to all constructive criticism. Let me know in the comment section below. Are your lists similar? Did I spark some new ideas for you guys? Let me know. I will catch you guys later, and I will be on the lookout for some Trafalgar Law lists over in Asia so we can learn and get better at the game. Take it easy. Peace.